All right, here we go. So this year I'm going to kick off a series, like a bi-weekly series, just talking about uh, different athletic principles, training principles that I use with my high school, college, and pro athletes, with my Gen Pop clients. Um, in this first series, what I want to do is talk about the foot and what it means to have a athletic foot. Something that I talk about all the time on my social media channels with my clients, one on one, or in the group setting. And in my opinion, by far the most important thing that I focus on, um, that has the highest bang for the buck in terms of training, is the foot. Are they able to operate in space without shoes? Are they able to pronate, supinate, plantar flex, dorsiflex the foot? Are they able to walk outside in nature and not cringe when they step on a rock or a curb, or change surfaces, like go walk in a trail or something like that? Now, why is that important? Well, first and foremost, we got to kind of talk about the foot and the capabilities. It's very similar in makeup to the hand, even though our foot's never as dexterous as our hand, right? We don't really have, like, majority of us don't have that, like, veiny pop, that musculature popping out of our foot as we do our hand. And that's what we're shooting for. We want our foot to be dexterous. We want to build up our arches. If you think about the foot, you have three arches that I like to go over. The most athletic one, and the one I want to talk about now, is that transverse arch. I call it like the athletic arch. It just connects the big toe to the pinky toe. And then you have the a longitudinal arch there, and then you have kind of like your medial arch that runs from the big toe down to the heel on the inside. And those 3 points, or those three arches, form a triangle or a tripod. And when we pronate and supinate the foot, we can use that mechanism of the foot up the chain to either absorb or produce energy, to compress or expand. And each of those, pronation and supination, leads to various functions of the body that help us perform athletically. So where I'm going with this is, I like to start at the foot. I think that's very important. And a lot of these athletes, they just live, breathe, eat, sleep in their shoes. They travel from game to game, from practice to practice. They never get out of their shoe, and all they know is the sole of their shoe. So an analogy that I like to use for them, it's like, and I heard this a couple years ago and I love it. It's like you're typing on the keyboard, but you have gloves on. How the heck does your brain know what the keys feel like if all you know is the glove on the keyboard? Your brain just senses, okay, the gloves. It doesn't. Your hand, that is so dexterous, it can't feel the keys because all it can feel is the glove. So it's like with the shoes. My feet have no idea what the ground feels like if all I wear are shoes. And so majority of the time we're in here, especially before our sprint work, we work on proprioceptive drills just to kind of wake up the feet. You know, Adarian Barr, he's one of the guys I've been following closely, talk about this. He uses bricks, and before you laugh, I have like 10 or so bricks in the garage, and I use them just to kind of wake up sleepy feet. I, use them for building up that transverse arch, using a brick as an implement to have the athletes roll, right? Almost like fall. So fall forward, roll off their toes, not push, but roll off their toe and then propel forward, okay? And I use the bricks just to kind of build that practice, to allow their feet to really feel that rolling, to feel like their transverse arch is working. I mean, some of them, they can only last like 10, 15 seconds. You can just tell right off the bat how athletic their feet are. So, yeah, I'm kind of using this YouTube form because I do like to rant, and stuff just kind of comes up in my brain. But just different things I like to test with the athletes. And, we talked about it so far. But, can you pronate? Can you supinate? Can you plantar flex, dorsiflex? Can you, really build up that transverse arch and use it in an athletic manner to, sprint, to hop, to jump, to change direction? And then, can you roll? Can you fall and roll off your toes, build momentum, and, accelerate? So yeah, just a couple things that I'm thinking about here, guys. Stay tuned for a video here later on this week. But in this first series, we're going to talk about the feet. And today is just what it means to me to have athletic feet. All right, take care.